In 1971, the newspaper became independent. So we are now celebrating the 40th anniversary of the independence of the Daily Orange as a newspaper run by students at Syracuse University. It was an era of protest and of general dissatisfaction by the student population with the course of the country's political development and the prosecution of the war in Vietnam particularly.
The DO was really turning into an activist sort of paper. The people running the paper were not hiding their opinions at all.
At the same time, there was a libel suit going forward, and the university was trying to separate itself from financial and legal responsibility from the newspaper. And ultimately, the student association, which had student association funds available to divide among various campus organizations, was posed with a dilemma as to where to commit the relatively limited funds that were available for a newspaper, given that there were 3 viable newspapers on campus: the Daily Orange, the Promethean, and Dialogue.
The people that were leading the paper also at that time decided that they didn't want the student government to elect the editor. So the student government elected Larry Kramer, who was editor-in-chief of the Promethean at the time. And the rest of the staff, who was very into advocacy journalism, decided that they didn't want Larry Kramer running the show.
Finally, in February 1971, the staff at the time said, no, we don't want that person to be the editor-in-chief. We're going to elect our own editor-in-chief, and we're going to come independent.
The Student Association effectively gave the Daily Orange $25,000 in that first year to provide the newspaper free of charge to all students throughout the campus and to distribute the paper in dormitories, dining halls, academic buildings, and so forth.
That fall of 1971, the editor-in-chief, Bob Heisler, printed the first edition of the new Daily Orange, and that is the DO that we know today.
At the time, I don't think we had any idea of the magnitude of what we were doing. But there were fewer than 1% of the college newspapers around the country that were, in fact, independent of the universities with which they were affiliated or where they were located. Were able, with the help of very forward-looking student association leaders, to be able to put a package together that has sustained itself now for 40 years.